Hey, Apollo! What? Actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it! The suspense is giving me an ulcer! Well, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Score? I guess I would, or maybe, I'm just as bad as you. See? It's so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided the guilty verdict, which is something. Well, I can't say I'm any less confused about the case.
I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IPXX3142S6. The agent registered under this number was Romeo LeTouse.
The victim, Mr. LeTouse. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. We don't have any ideas what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamiroir told the whole court. Wait, that voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. That voice I heard, talking to Mr. LeTouse, when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him! It was Mr. Darien! It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out of the will? What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out of will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top-secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a-wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit. Lamiroir dropped the bomb in court today. It was Darien. Lamiroir said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong. This time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Right. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darien, even? You bet I did. He's one of the Gavinor's guitarists, after all. He's so cool. Oh. Right. All the Gavinors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. LeTouse backstage. But Lamiroir heard him, didn't she? She heard Darien backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. Maybe she was hearing the speakers? An Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating Lamiroir? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. That something being our case. The last something, I mean. Something like that? Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. LeTouse up to? Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Oh.
Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Gramarye!
Hey, the other day... Eek! Who's there? We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly.
We meet again.
Nice to meet you. Who are you? Could you please stop smirking like that? It's you, Uncle Valent. Uncle Valent? He's your uncle? No, silly. It's the great Gramarye, Valent Gramarye, the Grand Magician.
Yes, it is I, the great Valent Gramarye, as seen on television.
Could you please stop smirking like that?
It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. My, how you have grown.
Good to see you again, Uncle Valent. You look exactly the same. I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit?
I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. I do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I am quite down to earth when need calls.
He does have a certain aura to him, it's true. Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. He's practically drooling with enthusiasm. After all, Uncle Valent's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? Daddy? You mean Mr. Wright? No, I mean my real daddy. Trucy's real father. Wow, okay. We're, okay.
We're learning a lot here.
Wait, Apollo, don't tell me you don't know about Troop Gramarye. Troop Gramarye? Huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar.
Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. To not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet.
Valent Gramarye. The name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child. You bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. And then escaped from a high-security prison. You said he is a magician.
I open the locks to hearts changed by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of Troop Gramarye.
Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else, like a duo? A duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something, Gramarye?
Yes, Zach Gramarye. Masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship.
Why is everyone so quiet? Daddy. Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way!
Fucking hell. Once upon a time, Troop Gramarye included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valent Gramarye, and my partner, Zach Gramarye.
This Zach was... He was my real daddy. Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo. Glad that I'm good for comic relief, at least. Not that I see Daddy around much these days.
I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit.
Reasons?
2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy.
You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valiant.
I'm sure you are.
Not one for modesty, are you?
When I encountered you at the Coliseum the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans, and to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of talk among the staff, you know. And defend him you did.
Well, it wasn't all my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this.
That's a videotape?
Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Lamiroir. Will you watch it?
God. Wow, this VHS is really detailed. Never seen VHS in 16 by 8, whatever. 16 by 4, 1080p. Is it really? Are they gonna play the whole thing? Okay, well, I'll just go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, is it done now? Good. Just came back, so hope that didn't take too long. Alright, we can resume now. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to replay all of that again. But, oh well. Alright. Now that it's all over, we can continue. Here we go. Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious. There are more mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious. Ah ha ha ha! This Valen Grand-Marie has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. Yeah, at first I thought he was the killer, but time will tell, I guess. Oh, fuck. Oh, great. We're gonna use part of this tape as evidence in tomorrow's trial. Maybe. Alright. That's one of those hats you pull things out of, right? Of course. My hat's like a little universe. Bigger on the inside than on the outside. That reminds me of a sci-fi show I used to watch. Incidentally, my pocket is a little universe too. And my panties. And I get the idea. Mr. Charlie, the potted plant. Huh? His leaves are looking a little brown. Good morning, Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie, your leaves. Maybe you weren't giving him enough water? No, it must be stress. He's worried about the new recruit at the office. Hey, don't blame it on me. You're watering him, right? It was Daddy's turn to water him this week. Mr. Wright has been away on his top-secret mission, no? I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. This is all my fault. I'll water you soon, I'll water you soon, promise. There we go. That's strange split box leers at me from the wall. No matter how many times I see that there, it still strikes me as odd.
Really? I guess I've gotten used to it after growing up with it always around the house.
What kind of home did you grow up in?
I'd hide in there when we played hide and seek. You just get in, slide the sections around, and you're impossible to find.
I bet you would be. Oh, I bet you would be. How's your magic act coming along?
Well, I've been working on my cups and balls routine.
Is that the one where the ball moves from under one cup to the other?
That's right, the very same. Here, watch. First, I put one of the cups over the ball, then I snap my fingers. Ta-da! The ball's under the other cup.
It's not there.
Watch me pull something out of my magic panties.
Nice try.
Guess I know what I'll be doing tonight. Practicing. You can be my audience, Apollo.
Sigh. A faded photograph showing one of Trucy's favorite magicians. He talks to it daily for good luck, I hear.
I almost forgot. I hope I become a famous grand magician. Oh, and I hope Apollo becomes an ace attorney. There, all done.
I suppose if you're gonna talk to an inanimate object, photo isn't so bad. I've seen some restaurants that set out real food to show what's on the menu.
I have too, but I noticed something strange. One time there was a sandwich without any lettuce. Like it had disappeared. By magic.
I'm sure someone just swiped the lettuce and ate it.
Wait, that sandwich. You didn't... Apollo, you shouldn't eat sample food, no matter how hungry you are.
Just how hard up do you think I am? You know, that ring kind of gets in the way. Our client the other day tripped on it and fell on the floor.
Sending my ring rolling out the door. You know how long it took me to find it?
You know how long it took to calm down the client? And in the end, they walked out without hiring us. Could you clean up a bit?
Don't you think the props give the office a festive, fun-filled mood?
Not sure law offices have to be festive and fun-filled.
Apollo, this is the Wright Anything agency. As CEO, I want an office that says we know how to have fun.
I guess it is her office, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Well, how about some tea? Here you go.
Thanks. That's nice. But this is not the time to be drinking tea.
That's right, we have to get investigating. Ack, that was a close call. We almost relaxed.
We wouldn't want that. There are several books of magic mixed in with the legal books on the shelves. I tested them recently. Nothing like the gleam of clean books. Okay. Still here, huh? Maybe we can present something? So, I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there.
I didn't see a stunt.
What about the Lamiroir vanishing and reappearing?
Oh, that? I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen I didn't even notice.
So young to be so jaded.
A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert?
Yes. Now is that watch my trick take to the air? So, you're the one who knows how it was all done.
Of course, I am like a deity, with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those flat-lit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent primeval power I possess.
Do you think you could tell me how it was done?
Hey now,
Trucy?
That's like totally against the rules, Apollo.
Not during a murder investigation, it's not.
Manon, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also
what?
Recall that a terrible occurrence happened later, well after my illusion entranced the audience.
Oh,
don't even ask, I won't answer.
Too bad for you, Apollo. Grr, whose side are you on?
I, Valiant Gramarye, now make my leave, Miss Trucy.
There's no need to rush, Uncle Valiant. You should stay a while.
I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene.
So, you'll be at the concert venue today?
Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, crocodile.
With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door. Normally. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking. Right. Valiant Gramarye. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made Lamiroir disappear. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. That again, you sure like your attorney's badge. Still, I'm afraid our clients are getting tired of it. Well, I'm not. So there. We didn't get to present the badge to Mr. Gramarye. I'm not sure about that. Sorry. I was ripping up the dance floor at the time of the shooting, after all. Not sure about that. Okay. Yeah. Time to move. Where to? The Coliseum, eh? Okay. Let's leave the Coliseum for now, and let's, leave that aside, I should say, and go to the detention center first. Machi might not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. But they don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Machi Tobai can see. Ah, Machi! Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget. Why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. It's kinda hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say on my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. I think she's actually worried for me. So, what did you think of the trial today? Whew, glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial. Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win. No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Huh? What? I'm glad Lamiroir testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. Darian of the Governors, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey! What is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know. Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Borginian. He doesn't speak English. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning. Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. But what if that's not all he lied about? If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think it'll take something big to get him to... I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. So, Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see and Lamiroir can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo, I don't think we're going to get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. Okay. I don't think we have anything conclusive right now, so I guess we'll be on our way. Unless there's something new here. That security camera is looking at me. Why do I feel this sudden urge to make a silly face? A security guard. He stands here watching this room. His eyes when he looks at Machi are gentle. Maybe he has a kid at the same age. Okay, well, that's kind of new dialogue, I guess. Sure. Alright. We're done here. Let's go see this Sunshine Coliseum. Huh. Ooh, what a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing. The weather matters for an investigation. Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days? Sure. Let's get started, shall we? Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. Oh, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up, you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer. Then you're in luck, because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, "Objection"? Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. Look, a blimp! Those balloons next to it have sponsor ads on them. Let's see. Big sale, all shirts 50% off. Oh, it's an ad for the department store next door. Okay. Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today. It's huge, and Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I am so jealous. Someday I'll fight my first battle on this stage. Battle? Well, yeah, it's a Coliseum, isn't it? They don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Trucy. Really? I had no idea. I wonder why they stopped. Sometimes I worry about her. What's that? What's that creature there? Ooh, that's the police mascot, the Blue Badger. Hey, it's life-size. Haven't you seen them around town, patrolling the streets? Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot. I'd run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky. I don't think you're showing true Blue Badger spirit, Apollo. Look, a massive sign for the Guilty as Charged tour. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena. Ooh, maybe I can take it to the office when they're done with it. Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door. Then I'll put it outside. I bet it'd be good for business. Just as long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute. Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me. Is this part of some twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? Summer 20XX. Okay. Yeah. Nothing of interest here. Let's get inside. Ooh. Oh, Mr. Turner. Lamiroir. I'm sorry about today. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You are merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by.
though it does make being a witness rather difficult.
Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. We weren't even talking.
I heard your footsteps several times the day before.
Oh, you must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday. But how? That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Krishan's voice at the scene of the crime.
I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. Wait!
Lamiroir? Is something the matter?
That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it.
No way!
As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice.
I'm guessing Darian and Mr. LeTouse were talking about something?
The next moment, I heard those gunshots.
Why didn't he call security?
To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once.
So, it really was Darian's voice that she heard? Yeah. At least, she certainly thinks it was.
I met Machi before my debut as Lamiroir. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia.
And he was playing the piano?
Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see.
Hold on. How old is the kid? Like, 6? Oh, 14! Okay. I thought he was like a toddler. Okay. Still, that's... whatever. Is that when he started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see?
Oh, no, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound.
Must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see, and all the while acting as your eyes.
We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy.
I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. LeTouse.
Ah, yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear.
So, you had no idea?
Of course not. No one did.
I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was.
Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand.
You have no idea?
I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why?
What makes you think that?
Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded for memory.
Clouded? Right.
The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart.
In your heart?
I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. I awoke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days.
What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light?
I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamiroir is lost to me.
But I don't think you...
I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me?
Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way. That seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamiroir.
I thank you. Machi too tells me this often when I fear who I might have been.
Huh. Okay. You think you could tell me more about this?
I'm sorry, but my information about the outside world is somewhat limited. I only know what I have heard or felt.
Maybe that explains why she didn't react when I showed her stuff the other day. She was still pretending she could see then. Do you think you can tell me about this? Okay. It needs to be something you heard. Okay. We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time.
Thank you.
That reminds me, that was an incredible illusion you pulled off.
Illusion?
When you teleported from one stage to the other. Remember?
Yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician.
Valant Gramarye. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done?
I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Gramarye made me swear to never tell a soul.
I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know.
I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something.
Yes?
When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor.
Device? Maybe you mean this? That's been lying there since the day before yesterday.
Might I touch it? I thought as much.
What? What did you think?
This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert.
I wonder whose this is.
We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing.
We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him.
Yes, that's best. Thank you.
So, can I put it on? No. Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo. What? I didn't say anything. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. All concert staff. 10-4 that, little buddy. This is Trucy reporting in. Over. Why the sudden silence? No one answered. Don't be silly. What good is a receiver that doesn't receive? That's like Emma not performing forensic investigations. You make her sound like she's some kind of forensic investigation machine. Which is just silly. Unless she's a super high-tech android that runs on snackoos. Yeah, okay. 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 I'm thirsty, Apollo. Want something to drink? How about this one? A steel samurai soda. Now in real steel flavor. Huh? Here, my treat. Hey, this isn't enough change. Machines outside are cheaper. This one is highway robbery. Okay. So, that's a repeat. How about this? Looks like an instrument case. A big instrument case. There's a great magic trick you can do with one of these. Huh? What kind? The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case illusion. So it's the girl who's miraculous, not the escape? So picky. Okay. So we're just gonna get repeats here. Alright, fine. Let's go to sure. Gaviner's dressing room. Oh. Nothing to see here. This place is decorated like a high school dance. Though I think our decorations were paper, not chains. The Gaviners are into chains. It's part of their image. Ha, no kidding. Every since they used the... Okay, yeah. This is all just repeats. Repeat. Okay. Fine. We'll go to... the stage. We'll leave the crime scene for later. Or actually, the stage is now the new crime scene. Oh, both, I guess. Whatever. That song, isn't that the one Lamiroir was singing? Yeah, you're right. The guitar serenade. Wow, I'd love to do a show on stage like this. I'd come to see that. The house is full, and as one, the audience sighs with wonderment. There I am, singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air. Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician? Oh. That's right. I was a magician, wasn't I? Some dedication.
Aha! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is.
Uncle Valent! What exactly are you doing here?
I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss.
The Lamiroir teleportation illusion. Ooh.
Should anything go wrong, it will reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exacting examination, I happened to notice that piano. And I remember that fair lady's melancholy melody.
Hey, Apollo, maybe Uncle Valent can shed some light on this whole thing for us. Sure. I was wondering about the show, the night of the murder. Lamiroir's vanishing act was your illusion, right?
Indeed. The prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear, like a dream."
Like a dream?
Yet, what can I work with on a stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorceress acts. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted.
She disappeared from the top of the tower. But in order to move, you would have had to use some sort of secret tunnel.
People come to me because I am a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom-made for a time and a place. Now, because of the murder, all the eyes of the nation are in this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortunes of Troop Lamiroir are concerned.
So, you were here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well?
It went well indeed. Now, speaking of pianos, that piano over there troubles me.
It troubles you? Why?
Why? Why do you ask why?
I think it's probably quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks. Okay. We're back. That's one big piano. I've never actually played one. Ha! You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime. No good. He can't play either. I kind of feel bad for the guy now. Maybe now is my big chance. Stand back. This could be the debut of a prodigy. Ew. You make that noise just now? Let me try it again. You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Huh? Look! This was stuck between the strings. Looks like some kind of switch. Someone must have thrown this into the piano. Huh. Interesting. What does it do exactly? This switch, sitting here, tempting me to push it. Don't. You might blow up the whole Coliseum. Apollo, please. To think that every strange switch triggers a bomb. That kind of old-fashioned crime drama thinking doesn't cut it in our busy times. Alright, Trucy P.I., please enlighten me. What do you think this switch does? Maybe it turns on the electric razor in Prosecutor Gavin's dressing room. A switch as big as a razor to turn on a razor? Okay. Huh. Anything to add?
Words cannot express my shock and chagrin. All I can see before me is the stage and me upon it. Nothing smaller, nothing less radiant catches my eye.
True, you're getting on in years. Not much time left to make your mark, huh?
This is not how I was seeing it.
So he doesn't care about what I have to show him. I get the point.
Words cannot express me.
Okay.
I know what you are thinking in that head of yours. Lamiroir, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort?
Actually, yeah, you're right. Wow, he just read your mind, Apollo. Or everyone tells him that, and he made a good guess?
It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Magnifi Grammarye. It was he who began the great troupe Grammarye. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was.
I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV.
Yet, several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act, yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen a barren waste, stripped of illusion.
That's not true. I still went to all your shows. Like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket.
When you start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble. We hone our skills at these small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise, up from obscurity, onto fame's shining stage once more. I do this not only for the magic that is Grammarye, but for my partner.
Your partner? You mean...
Yes, Zach Grammarye.
Trucy's father.
Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there's no name higher than Grammarye in show business circles. None. I will see his return to glory. I, Valiant Grammarye. Our founder, Magnifi Grammarye, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles.
I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go. What happened to the jet again? Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought.
For the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zack and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valiant and Zack were the shining stars in the Grammarye crowd.
Cool, huh? And Zack Grammarye was my daddy.
Now that Magnifi and Zack are gone, I have but one wish. Let it be I, Valiant Grammarye, who brings the Grammarye miracle back to the big stage.
I'm rooting for you.
Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side.
One skill coming up.
How do we manage to get off the topic of the case so quickly all the time? Okay, that's it.
I still can't believe we found Machi and Mr. LeTouse up on top of that tower.
Yeah, I used to not like high places. Now I hate them.
It's not like it would have been nicer if you find a dead body closer to the ground. Though that reminds me, Daddy's bad with heights too.
Huh? No kidding.
He took me on a Ferris wheel ride a while ago, you know. Halfway through, his face got all green and he mumbled objection over and over.
Poor guy.
That's the ladder we used to climb up the stage tower. Not a moment I'm likely to forget anytime soon. Me neither. I'll never be able to climb another tower again without thinking about it, you know?
I'll never be able to climb a tower again. Period. Now that's a big instrument case.
That's a case for a contrabass, I think.
You could fit 20 violins in there, I bet.
It may look like a violin, but it's a completely different instrument.
You could fit 5 Trucys in there, I bet.
Hey, are you comparing me to an instrument? I wonder who left it sitting open like that.
Look at all the electronics. They must be sound related.
Doesn't seeing a bunch of machines like this make you want to just fiddle with them? Can I, Apollo? Please?
No fiddling. You break something.
If you're gonna make an omelet, you're gotta break some eggs. That's what Daddy always says.
These eggs look kind of expensive.
Alright, I guess we're done here for now. So, before we head into Lamiroir's dressing room, I'm gonna take another break and I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. It's time to head into Lamiroir's dressing room. And I don't know. Oh. There really isn't anything for us to, well, the place has changed a bit, so the shooter must have used that to climb up to the vent. Oh, this tragedy because someone left a step ladder here. I don't think Mr. LeTouse was shot because of the ladder. You think it was Machi? I guess that air vent is pretty small after all. Does that prove he was at the scene? Did he escape in the time between the gunshots and us opening the door? I found Machi to buy his fingerprints on that air vent. What's with the long face? It's a little lackluster, you know? Lackluster? I mean, using the air vent is so obvious. No audience is gonna pay good money to see a trick like that. Things must look different through a magician's eyes. It'd be much cooler if the killer got out through that tiny window. Don't go there, you'll get your head stuck. Oh no, Apollo, I'm stuck. Help me. That's one of the biggest, most expensive looking TVs I've ever seen. Too bad you'll never own one. Never is kinda harsh, Trucy. How about for all eternity then? Same difference. At Governor's Post. How many of those did they put up, anyway? Prosecutor Gavin looks so cool on stage. You should learn to play the guitar too, Apollo. You can accompany my magic act. Would certainly be a novelty act, if nothing else. I'll think about it if I ever lose my attorney's badge. A speaker for monitoring the stage. It was blaring at the time of the shooting. It's a pretty old model for such a nice place. I guess I don't care about sound quality back here, as long as you can hear it. Not that a loss of fidelity could possibly make that music worse. Good speakers must cost a lot. You have any idea how much a nice one that size would cost, Apollo? Probably a good 10 years of your allowance, give or take. What? But that's almost $600! $5 a month. Poor Trucy. Wait till she finds out you need to buy 2 speakers for a stereo. Wait till... oh, okay. Wait till she finds out about taxes. Look at the way those bullets tore through this thick wall. That revolver really was something else. I wonder if someone as little as me could even fire it. Dislocating your shoulder would kind of put a crimp on your stage career. Daddy always has stiff shoulders. Maybe that could loosen him up. Don't even mention it. I'm afraid he might go out and actually try it. Nah, he doesn't have the guts to pull the trigger, I bet. Jeez. Right after the shooting took place, Lamiroir tried to come inside the dressing room and dropped her brooch. I think that fits with the other stuff we know. Do you think the timing of when she dropped it is important? Yeah, something about it bugs me, that's for sure. I mean, look at where it is. It's not in front of the door. It's like here, in front of this fridge thing. So that means that she opened the door, she walked in here, and then she saw the commotion, and then did a 180 back to the door and closed it, dropping her brooch somehow along the way. It's not like she took a quick glimpse at the door frame, like right at the door, like here. No, she must have walked a couple of steps for the brooch to end up here, unless she threw it here, or it got flung or something. It's weird. Look, it's fruit! Fruit, Apollo! Fruit! I heard you the first time. Sure has a lot of fruit. I doubt anyone would miss a bit of watermelon. I know, I'll make it vanish. Into my stomach. Better not. They might make you pay for it. And if you have the money for that, you should probably repay in the office first. Watermelons are that expensive. Shrug. These could have been imported from some exotic locale for all we know. It's a poster for another show. This summer, a legal Eagles production of Case Closed. I looked into that performance group. Turns out they're all law enforcement related too. Apparently, their serious portrayal of law and order is a big draw. That sounds so boring, it's probably pretty interesting. You're a complicated man, Mr. Apollo Justice. Thanks, I guess. Okay. A stack of presents for Lamiroir. Stars always get the biggest presents. You know, you could give me a present, Apollo. Here, have a piece of candy. Gee, thanks. She must not get a lot of presents. Poor girl. This was the window where Lamiroir saw the crime from. I wish it was that simple. Kind of hard to see a crime when you can't see. But she did hear it. Yeah, but the window was closed. Maybe she heard it some other way. Seeing these mirrors lined up like that makes me think I'm really in a dressing room. Look at all that makeup. All I know is they sure don't make for much of a clue. I guess she's not into makeup yet. That's one of those permanent dryers you see in hair salons. Is that what they really called? Permanent dryers? Do I look like a beautician? I just know they dry your hair and give you a permanent... Just doesn't sound very glamorous, you know? Okay, how about a permachine? Or you could go more simple. Like permer. This isn't a bad game, thinking up official names for things. Not that it makes the name actually official or anything. Yeah. Not like anyone would call this a perma or anything. That would be silly. That's one heavy-duty bouquet there. I have trouble thinking of flowers as being heavy-duty. But they call lots of things heavy-duty. Not flowers, they don't. What about a heavy scent? I think you mean heady. What if the flowers were plastic? They still wouldn't be heavy. Okay, what if they were made of metal? What, like a magnolia made out of steel? Exactly, though I hope all my fans don't start throwing metal flowers at me. Okay. Huh. Hey, hey, look. Part of the carpet has been torn up here. That was the part we did the luminol testing on in court. Luminol, right. You know what I couldn't stop thinking? Who's going to pay for this carpet? As long as it's not us. Maybe the shooter. I guess it's true what they say. Crime doesn't pay. I would hope that carpet replacement costs weren't the only thing holding you back. The murder weapon. So it belonged to Mr. LeTouse. That thing makes normal revolvers look like water guns. Mr. LeTouse was a big man. But how about the person who shot him? Wouldn't they have to be about his size? I don't know. Apparently, according to Prosecutor Gavin, a small 14-year-old boy could not only hold it, but fire it twice without getting a scratch on him. So, yeah. Anything is possible, I guess. Okay. Didn't really learn much here, did we? Interesting. Alright. Where to next? Do you think you could tell me about this?
I'm sorry, but my information about the outside world is somewhat limited. I only know what I have heard or felt.
Maybe that explains why she didn't react when I showed her stuff the other day. She was still pretending she could see then. Huh. Do we need to activate the switch somewhere in a specific area? Huh. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. Okay. Let's go somewhere. Oh. Did we present the Switch? No, yeah, we did present the Switch to... What's his face? Valent. Didn't say anything. Did we present the headset? Huh. Alright. Well. Guess we're done here then. Let's go somewhere else. The detention center, maybe?
I think he said, "I am sorry I cannot speak your language. You are a very beautiful, fair maiden."
This is why I never trust a translator. Huh. Okay. Huh, interesting. Think we're missing something very specific here. Just can't put my finger on it. What did we miss? What did we not do? Who haven't we talked to yet? What did we present and what did we not present? There's something new in Gaviner's room that we can examine? Nothing really stands out. I feel like examining all of these things is just gonna have repeat lines. So, something to do with the magician then. That has to be it. Seems to be our last resort. Unless we missed something in Lamiroir's dressing room. Let's see.
The proof positive of your profession, yes?
Yeah.
Might I have a look? Oh, what's this? It is gone!
What did you do with my attorney's badge?
Don't be alarmed. Miss Trucy, take a look at your top pit if you would. Eek! It's your badge, Apollo. What's he doing there?
That was amazing, wasn't it, Apollo? You called that pouch at her waist a top it? Is that some kind of magician speak? Okay. Well, that was fun.
Pardon me? I have no money if that's what you want.
No, I was just... never mind. The way you looked at the revolver. What was that? It's almost as if you had seen one before, and maybe he wasn't too happy about it. Huh. Interesting.
Words cannot express... yes, indeed. Words. Words, all kinds of words. Yes. Words.
Okay. Can we talk about the revolver now? Let's see. Nope. Or maybe just presenting the revolver has triggered something else, somewhere else. Let's look around a bit. Like a bullet through your brain.
Heart side inside out. Living la vida loca. She puts and put you down. Living la vida loca. Her lips are leather red. The skin of color mocha. She will wear you out. Living la vida loca. Nope. Nobody home. Okay. So, what are we meant to do with that knowledge? Presenting the gun seemed familiar to him. Maybe something else will be familiar to him? Like a picture of the bullet hole in the shoulder. Am I seriously gonna have to pull out a guide for this? What does this say again? Okay, hold on. It's almost as if he had seen one before, maybe he wasn't too happy about it. Huh. What am I supposed to do with that knowledge? Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's visit every other location. Maybe now something is triggered in the detention center, or the Coliseum, or the agency, or anything. Not sure about that, sorry. Not sure about that, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Wow, I think I'm officially stumped. Okay. So, I'm gonna take another break, and then I'm gonna look up on what to do next. And, yeah. I'll be right back. Ah, there we go, see? How did I miss this? I guess okay. I really didn't think about it, but... Huh. Alright, well, you know... Hey. Honest mistake. We all make mistakes. Alright. So, the thing that I've somehow failed to do is, apparently, out of all the things to present her, I didn't present to her the headset that we found. There you go. Oh, alright. Well, hey. There's no point in complaining about it. It's done. What is done is done. Can I ask you about this headset, Lamiroir? You said that all concert staff were wearing one. That's correct. You need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think. So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too, then? They're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? Okay, there you go. And now, according to the guide, if we go to Lamiroir's dressing room, we'll find Emma inside. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You gave me the 2nd degree in court, and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You talking about the bloodstain Mr. LeTouse left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? That bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know
Now we know that Mr. LeTouse was really with Interpol. We wouldn't have found that out without you.
I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. Said it was my reward.
Are chocolate snackoos popular down at the precinct or something? I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again.
Be my guest. You're not gonna find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange.
Something strange? So what did you find?
So little, I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa.
What is it?
Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna.
Ooh, like on a beetle.
Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort.
An electronic signal, you say?
I'm at my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
How?
I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year. If only it worked that way.
It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have shot that revolver.
That's not how it sounded in Lamiroir's testimony.
You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene?
That's right.
Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Was that true what you said in the court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to these song lyrics?
The guitar's serenade, you mean? I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped key ring was stolen. Then Lamiroir flew through the air. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. LeTouse's life. And he went up into the sky with a guitar. Well, 15 feet up at least.
It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence.
I know, and I found it.
You think the same person did all of this?
Don't ask me. I didn't do it.
Neither did I. I couldn't fit that through that air vent anyway.
What? You all think I did it? Sometimes I worry about that girl. You think you could take a look at this, Emma? Emma? Her rate of chewing is increasing. Better back up before it's too late. You think you can take a look at this? Do you think you can take a look at this?
A small device. Looks like a transmitter.
A transmitter?
You press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though.
A signal? You mean an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said he found?
Oh, this?
Let me try pressing this switch.
Youch!
It's on fire! Emma's device is on fire!
What's the big idea? Well, now we know what this is. An igniter.
This part here must work like a lighter.
It nearly lit me up, that's for sure.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose.
I suppose. At least, we're getting somewhere with this case.
Hey, Apollo. Let's ask Emma more about this switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience.
Okay. What are you trying to do? Burn me alive?
Come on, it was just a few sparks.
Says you! You weren't the one holding it.
There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking. Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter.
Let me see that for a second. Well? Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak, probably only reaches 30 feet.
A transmitter, huh?
Incidentally, if you look at a cross-section diagram of the stage area... Let's see, 30 feet from Lamiroir's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. Kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Guess I'd best be getting on with my investigation. We're off to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later.
Good luck.
I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. You think you could take a look at this, Emma? Emma? All these little parts. It's pretty complex. I'm guessing this is where the fire comes out. Other than that,
Good thing machines run even if we don't know how they work. That's what Daddy always says.
not really a saying one go around repeating, Trucy. Huh. Okay. Time to go, I guess. You think you could tell me about this? I'm sorry, okay. Huh. Okay. Maybe we take this igniter to the detention center? Sure. Let's give it a shot. It's something new. Oh. Okay. What? Come to laugh at the murderer?
Darian.
That old bag opens our pie hole and wham bam my life goes down the chute. Thanks. It won't let me work while I'm a suspect.
Darian isn't in the best of moods, is he?
Not many people are these days, it seems. Not many people are these days, it seems.
It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out.
Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi is rock solid. Rock solid.
Okay.
So, about your alibi.
You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set.
That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots. And found Mr. LeTouse dead.
I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me, too. Right there on that stage.
Your guitar playing was something else.
Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing is a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work.
There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamiroir's fault. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of the crime.
And I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me?
They won't let you work.
He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lay low till suspicion is clear. What suspicion? He can't be such a stick in the mud.
Mr. Gavin, a stick in the mud?
He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day?
Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This bar is off. Which is that? Second guitar? This was you, Darian.
He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really.
Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much.
Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely.
The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I?
The data on the victim should have come in from the Interpol. Normally I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally.
Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office.
Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Right on.
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you!
Ching.
Tell him I want into that crime scene.
We'll be going now.
Hey, wait.
Yes?
What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right?
Well,
Great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping! Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself.
let's not talk to him anymore, alright? Detective Darian Crescent. Is one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. Oh, and off he goes. Oh, look at that, a new area. Alright, I'll be back, and then we'll go to Gavin's office. Alright, I'm back, and it's time to head into Gavin's office. Oh, it's not what I thought it would look like. So, this is it. The governor's head office. It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. What is this creepy thing? Object. Whatever it is. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide beneath that bookshelf real quiet-like. That's, eavesdropping. Why? We'd just be waiting. Quietly, so he wouldn't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band? She'd make a good reporter. For a gossip mag. But, a replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, LeTouse. LeTouse? Look, don't talk to me about those Barjanians, okay? Just get me that report, chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? Times like this when I start a mystery. Huh? Hiya. Tee-hee, just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad. How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist. Watch and learn, Apollo. So, who have you come to see? Huh? Clavier lead vocalist for the governors? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom? What do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert, or the case. Which way to go? I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it. You co-wrote it with Lamiroir, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I'd gone to top our genius legal system, as a matter of fact. And that's when you heard Lamiroir's voice. It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting. Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout. I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there, backstage. Marty on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on guitar that I borrowed from Lamiroir. And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo, say. It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump? Don't call it a lump, that's a piece of history. And it's only browned, not really charred. No matter, I should never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire? Do you think you could show it to us? Your slightly burned guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it?
Ah, so that reminds me. Did you see the paper today?
Yes. I always read the TV section.
Good girl. How about you, Haverhead?
I read the funnies.
Then you will not have seen this.
Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song. Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one.
It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know?
Oh, does this have anything to do with the case?
Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless. Endless. Thanks to the case you made today, of course.
Oh, that was all Apollo's idea.
Hey!
Is that a newspaper over there, too?
Ah, yes. The Virginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look.
Thanks, but I can't read Virginian.
Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song.
Probably no one in Virginia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. So journalists didn't see the need to mention it.
That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself.
Lamiroir's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum.
Lamiroir was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case. Quickly, if possible.
Wonder what we can do with this.
My apologies, but there's no way I'm going to talk details about the case with you. If you want to get my attention, bring me something dramatic.
I'm not here to get your attention, Gavin. I'm here to get your information. What? A gun isn't dramatic enough for you? Come on.
That looks like one of our tour issue headsets. Why are you wearing it, Fraulein?
I thought it'd be cool. I could pretend I was concert security and stuff. Actually, we found it at the venue and thought you might want it.
Oh, no, please, you keep it. It goes well with your cape, Fraulein.
Teehee, you think? She does look like she belongs on a stage, that's for sure. Prosecutor Gavin, about this remote... Wait!
Excuse me, did you say something?
This remote control might be valuable ammunition for the trial tomorrow. It's too early to show my hand now.
You would think someone with such a loud voice would speak more clearly, yeah?
Huh.
My apologies. My apologies. My apologies.
Just give me that. Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. Let's start examining. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this. That's the guitar from the concert, isn't it?
I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally.
Oh, did you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing.
Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on? Sounds like something we should ask about. Okay. Some keys, a notepad. What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang, so he put it on the plate for later consumption. You'd think a rock star could afford a fresh stick.
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's not chewing gum. Take a closer look. Also, I really shouldn't be offering, should I?
What is that? It's like a lump of plastic. Wait, that phone call?
Yeah, so that's what I am asking. What is this creepy thing, object, whatever?
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, LeTouse.
Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. LeTouse?
Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
Who? Us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter.
To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. LeTouse was after.
This lump. Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? Okay, another topic. Wow, look at that stereo.
To me, a life without music is inconceivable. I never turn down the volume, even when I'm working on a case.
That's such a huge speaker. It must be really loud.
This room is completely soundproof, of course.
Really? At my place, I can hear when the neighbors turn their VCR on to record something. Maybe you can get Mr. Wright to talk to them. Work something out. And lately, we've been getting complaints about Apollo's voice training. Maybe I'll go have a word with Mr. Wright, too. This display shows all the evidence for the case. Look, Apollo, he's got 3 televisions.
Hey, don't look at those too closely. I'm still sorting out the details.
Each monitor shows evidence for a different case. He does them all at once? I wish I had 3 TVs. What would you possibly do with 3 television sets? I may look laid back and relaxed, but in reality, I'm quite busy, you know. I'm living life at turbo speed, doing magic, going to school, investigating cases. But if I had 3 big TVs, I could watch a magic video, do my homework, and catch a crime drama all at once. The first 2 seem useful, I suppose. What's wrong, Apollo? You look confused. I was just wondering where the work chair in this office was.
You're looking at my favorite chair right now.
That's a massage chair, isn't it?
That is an ergonomic adjustable...
I love the ones with the vibrating rollers on your back. Those feel great. Did I say something wrong?
No, I merely realized the futility of an explanation. The view is exhilarating, yeah. I sit here, gazing down upon the city, writing my songs.
Try working on cases.
It is the same thing. I write lyrics the same way I corroborate evidence. It is a harmony between the logical mind and the primal spirit within.
Is it so hard to admit that you like staring out your window and daydreaming? Look at all the guitars! Why so many?
You could never have too many guitars. They're like my lovers.
I didn't just hear him say that. They're backup guitars, Apollo. Don't you know anything? Rock and rollers always smash their guitars at the end of a show. No wonder it's so hard to make it as a musician. You know what? You should try rocking a little, Apollo. And breaking his guitars while he watches? That might be a little too rocking.
Ha ha ha. Of course I would never do such a thing. Did I not say they're like my lovers? Do I seem the kind of man who would do such a thing to the ones he loves?
No, not at all. I mean, you're Mr. Gavin, upstanding prosecutor. What happened to Prosecutor Gavin, god of rock? That's the new God of War spin-off game. Alright, here we go.
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamiroir.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Virginia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruins the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamiroir's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. pristine and untouched.
See, prosecutors do have a lot of clout. I still think he's a special case. Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned. What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar? That's right. What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front. It is called the sound hole.
Ah, so that's what it's called.
Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this, in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else.
That device looks strangely familiar. It has to be one of these. What is it, Apollo? That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this.
Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it?
It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene, in Lamiroir's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually.
At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder?
I wonder that, too. It's lightly scorched, and then there's this. It's burned clean through. Yep, it's pretty much a useless piece of junk. It's kind of like you after a trial, Apollo. Which part? The burned clean through or the useless piece of junk? Oh, man. Alright. Nothing else, I guess? Okay.
My apologies.
Okay. Alright, what's next? Strange lump.
This was found in Mr. LeTouse's bag. It's apparently a replica of something.
A replica? It's a small lump about 1.5 inches long.
We analyzed it, but there's not much to say, other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of.
You mean, whatever Mr. LeTouse was after?
That seems to be the most logical explanation.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fräulein.
Oh? If you don't want to tell us, you could just say so.
I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Virginia, but apparently there's a block on information somewhere along the chain.
Oh.
There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic.
Mr. LeTouse went through all that trouble to become Lamiroir's manager, just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it.
I've sent someone to the Coliseum to fetch Lamiroir. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Virginian. I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about.
Oh,
thanks for dropping by, Herr Forehead.
Thanks.
Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance.
Oh, that.
I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive,
I guess I could have hit it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. Let's quickly try to examine this. Oh, what does that say? Sample. Sample, huh? Think they put a big enough label on it? Maybe it's to keep people from eating it by mistake. Yeah, they might think it was an otherwise tasty multicolored lump of plastic. Maybe it's the manufacturer. Sample toys when you can't afford the real thing. Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would like. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the strange lump of plastic, the one that Mr. LeTouse was investigating. Hey, that's right.
I've been thinking, Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us. Not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. So that is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that.
Mr. Prosecutor,
Fräulein?
can I ask you why you sing in a band?
Ah, because I want women to turn around, to turn and look when I walk down the street.
That's pretty simple, too.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps.
Okay, and off he goes. What a cool chair. I'm going to sit in it now while no one's looking. Wow, so this is what it feels like to be a star.
Who would have thought a chair could bring so much joy into someone's life?
I can imagine sitting here strumming my guitar. Oh, it's you, Hair Forehead. Sorry, I'm busy. Woo!
You know, that was a remarkably good imitation. Oh, let me try to do.
Oh, it's you, Hair Forehead. Sorry, I'm busy. Woo! Tea. Maybe I'll make that part of my Wonder Bar repertoire. He left his TV on. Think we should turn it off for him?
Nah, I wouldn't want to make him angry.
Okay, if you say so. It's kind of a waste of electricity.
He just want to play with his TV. I know you.
Tee-hee, how did you know? It's just, I've never seen a TV this big before.
I hate to break it to you, but it's actually a monitor. It doesn't play TV shows.
What? You mean no soap operas? No Saturday morning cartoons?
Nope. Sorry.
I had no idea.
There. You'll get over it. That's an insanely big speaker for a room this small. Oh, look. All the CDs are Gaviner's CDs. Why the sudden silence, Trucy?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's nothing, really. I was just wondering, wouldn't it be cool if that replica just happened to vanish?
Ah, the young magician at work again.
Though a simple disappearance would kind of lack punch. What if it hatched into a dove? A dove, or a person dressed like a dove?
There she goes. The charred remains of what was once a fine guitar.
Mr. Gavin got it as a present from Lamiroir.
He had it shipped back from Borginia in a vacuum-sealed case.
Kinda sad how it ended up.
Not to mention there was an igniter placed just inside the sound hole. I wish I knew why. These guitars are vintage models. Probably pretty expensive, too.
They're even tightly under lock and key.
Are you good at picking locks?
Apollo, you don't want me to... Well, I do kinda like that cherry red one.
I'm kidding.
Oh, that's too bad.
Sorry, my little thief in the making. Maybe next time. What floor are we on again? The view is incredible.
Wow, the people look like little rice grains. Hey, that one with the blonde hair. Do you think that's Mr. Gavin?
He's a little too small to see.
But look at the one next to him with the big black poof of hair pointing straight ahead.
Oh yeah, that's Darian, all right. Okay. I think that's it. Time to go. I'm thinking we show the igniter to Lamiroir, and maybe show the newspaper to... Well, actually, Lamiroir also knows Borginian, so she could help us translate the newspaper, maybe. That could help. I was thinking showing it to... what's his face? What's his name? Bonsai? Machi.
maybe Machi will be interested in that newspaper. I don't know.
Oh, it's you. You came at a good time.
Hello there, Emma. What's up?
Either one of you know where Lamiroir is?
Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago.
Yeah, that's strange.
What's strange?
I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office.
Lamiroir is missing.
It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all.
Yeah, we'll help you look for her.
Great, thanks.
Interesting. Where could she have run off to, I wonder? This place is deserted. I wonder where Lamiroir went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful, I guess. But I can't help worry about her a little. Nope. Not in here. Nope. Not here either. Huh? The stage is pitch dark. The power breaker must be off for this section. Great. I'll go get someone. Yipes. It was really dark out there. Dark. That's all Lamiroir has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Hey, Apollo?
Huh? What?
Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Like, something's changed? Changed? I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. Now it's bugging me too.
What's she talking about?
Yeah, I see it. Hey, that case! Wasn't that open before? Ah, I guess someone closed it. Wait, look, where the case closes? Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's... Let's open it up, Paul. Dun dun dun! Eek! Lamiroir! Lamiroir! Emma! We have to get to Emma! Oh, we have to get Emma. Lamiroir is taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around, barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. And me, I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. Oh. Hickfield Clinic. Okay. Emma, how's Lamiroir? Is she okay?
Ah, you. We all owe you a big thanks, that's for sure.
So, she's okay?
Yes, she came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late.
That's good to hear.
So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead.
By who?
We don't know.
They hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh.
Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life.
Oh. Lamiroir!
Oh, Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? Attacked!
It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room...
You were hit?
I knew that very moment. I knew. The assailant was trying to kill me.
No.
It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first.
Why the stage?
I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work.
Ah,
Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid.
so the assailant couldn't see you.
Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out.
Wow, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been?
Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word.
Too bad.
Yet when I consider that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am.
Good point. She's sharp. And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. So that means it was likely an adult, and probably a man. Could it be him? But why would anyone attack you, Lamiroir?
The detective asked me this too, and to her I gave the same answer I give you. I do not know.
Was it because of this? Ah, Lamiroir, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is?
This is what?
Mr. LeTouse was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after.
He was after?
You know, in his secret identity, as an undercover agent.
So that's what he was doing.
You mean you know what?
Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof.
Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before? Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir?
I wonder. I'm sorry, I've not quite recovered from the attack.
She looks like she's had a rough day. I'll just put this piece of evidence away for later. Okay.
Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these.
It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it?
I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say.
I thought she said all in Borginia knew of these.
There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginia know.
What's that?
The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death.
To death? Why?
I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there is a good reason.
But this is just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess. So that's what he was up to. Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling. Smuggling.
It seems I was marked.
Marked.
Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world.
Ah, so you could have brought those Borginian cocoons with you.
On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion.
And Mr. LeTouse was placed as an undercover agent to look into it.
Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside.
Is that why they suspected you? But Mr. LeTouse wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... What, Apollo? There must be some reason why Borginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion? Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. LeTouse had Lamiroir marked. It couldn't be her. Huh? There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Lamiroir.
It was the least I could do.
Actually, I have another request.
If it is within my power.
I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Borginian. Apollo? Would you come with us if you're well enough?
I see. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you.
Huh? Where are we going? Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Alright. This is about to get interesting. I'll be right back. Alright, everyone. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Here we go. Machi, we came to talk to you about the case.
Machi.
Could you interpret for us, Lamiroir?
Yes.
Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right? I was completely fooled myself. Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us?
Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret?
What do I mean by secret? Well... Oh. The trigger or the igniter? Oh, sure. Do you know what this is?
Ah, Mr. Attorney.
I don't need a translation to understand that. I'd know that wrong evidence look anywhere.
I'd imagine you would.
Oh, let's try that again. What do I mean by secret? Well... If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Hey, you got a reaction. A big one.
Machi, you didn't.
Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one.
Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about.
Lamiroir, please interpret.
Very well.
I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it.
He asks you to wait. Do not be so hasty.
Machi.
Do you know everything?
Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Have him tell us about it.
Very well.
What is this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure.
A cure? It must cure some disease.
It's a cure for incuritis.
A cure for incuritis? Wow! But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine.
I do not understand the reasons myself.
Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. LeTouse was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, what was Machi?
Machi, you weren't.
He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little. Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you? Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician. She said sort of. Oh, to have a copy of that security camera tape. Well, Machi, are you a smuggler?
He won't tell me.
First he plays blind, now he plays dumb. I wonder, you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale?
I can't go home.
Can't go home?
I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death.
That's right. It's punishable by death.
About the case? What about the case?
You want to tell us about Mr. LeTouse's death?
This meeting is over.
Who said that? Oh. Darian. What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet?
There's a call from Machi from the Borginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry.
Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that.
Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you. Either of you.
Huh? Darn it! We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Apollo! And there can be only one reason why. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow. In court. Apollo!